Mom used to call them hurricane lamps, and I used to think they were called hurricane lamps because that's what you had to pull out when an old hurricane would knock the power out there in Huntsville where we grew up. You know, the kind with the globe and the little wick, and you put a little lamp oil in there. I don't know if that's the right term of them. I had some that had run out of oil, dusty, didn't need them, but I thought I'd spruce them up a little bit and trim the wick. Burn the wick just shortly to kind of draw off the globe from washing it, and notice how high the flame was and how black the smoke was. When the wick was too long and untrimmed, it charred. It was eating up that oil pretty quick. And I know in times in my life I've bore a big flame and loud and boisterous, I guess. The light was actually a lot prettier when that wick was trimmed down where it needed to be. I thought about how that's our witness these days. You look at those little decorative lamps nowadays, they're not function, they're more design. They're beautiful. I'm afraid that's represented me in the past, maybe as a Christian or thinking I was doing the right thing. I looked good, had my Bible, go to church. I looked like a lamp. I didn't have any oil in it. The wick was out of control. And I don't think the spirit that resided in there to give you the light of that warm fire or to light your way was present, because my lamp was empty. Sure different than just looking at it. Reminded me of a young man that was in school. He was a little different, didn't conform necessarily, kind of long hair, t-shirt, sandals. Well, he decided to go to church one Sunday morning at the pretty conservative church across from the campus there. Everybody was dignified, and he walked in the front door. The church was packed, and they saw him come in, and everybody rolled their eyes because here he came. Well, as the preacher tried to continue the service, as the young man tried to find his seat, he couldn't find anywhere to sit. So, respectfully as he could, he eased up toward the front. Still couldn't find a seat. He just decided to sit right there on the floor, right in the front. Well, the church didn't know what to do. It caused a disruption, even though the young man didn't mean it. All of a sudden, they saw an elder from the back of the church stand up, a really dignified, elegant man, three-piece suit, started making his way toward the young man on the floor on the front. Well, the pastor and the music stopped, and they waited to see what scolding this old man was about to give this young college student that didn't understand decorum in the house of the Lord. It seemed like eternity as the cane that the man walked with tapped down the main aisle of the church. Finally got to the young man, and the elder stopped, dropped his cane, and very slowly took his seat on the floor next to the college student and looked attentively at the preacher. Well, everybody choked up with emotion. No one knew what to say. And finally, the pastor regained his composure and looked at the microphone and the crowd. He said, "What I'm about to preach today, few of you will remember, but none of you will ever forget what you just saw. Sometimes the only Bible that some will ever read is the life that we live. How's your sowing going?" Thought about that old lamp. That looks so pretty and dignified, but has no use if the oil has left. I think we could all do better about making sure that there's oil in our lamp. I think I'd rather be a old dusty lamp full of oil with my wick trimmed just right among the folks that need to see that light than it just be that pretty decor on the coffee table in there, looking like I had a semblance of light, but nothing within.